All right, here we are. Can people hear me? I just want to make sure before I carry on with everything if I can be heard. If I could get a confirmation on that, please. Oh, wait a minute. Anyone? Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, so I'm just going to go into it right off the bat here. There's a couple little development things going on. I'm going to take a look at some the Facebook groups that I looked at before. There's a couple new things posted there. I'm going to take a look at a few other things going on about these drones. So let's take a look at that. So first off the bat, I was sent this from this guy who's clearly has got an agenda going on that he's pushing. Now he's saying, this is posted about 1 hour ago. This is a theory that this guy posted. I'll just read it out. Drone explanation seems legit. A guy posted this and then deleted his account. You should be following me on X. Search my full name. Blah, blah, blah. This is apparently what the guy said. I'm one of the few groups of people who know what the drones are for in New Jersey. This tweet will likely go into the void as I have no followers, but I'll share anyway. Please retweet for reach. What you're seeing are American-made HPGE nuclear detector drones. They can detect the presence of gamma rays miles away. What is a gamma ray? That's the stuff that we attribute to radiation, electromagnetic waves that penetrate you and cause cancer. GPE drones are built to inspect nuclear sites, but these ones aren't. In the late 2000s, the DoD needed a response to threat of dirty bombs from ISIS coming into our ports in New York and New Jersey. I've been stocking up on these drones for a while. They've been stocking up on those drones for a while. Some were deployed into Ukraine and Russia, threaten the use of dirty bombs. They look weird because they're heavy, giant cryo coolers mounted and as well as giant horn antennas to communicate wave frequencies. It can be jammed. This is where I come in. The technology of these drones use few suppliers, both for wave equipment and the high purity germanium. Same suppliers that are the backbone of the industry. So what are they doing? They're collecting information on how the public will react a Psyop and testing their ability to sweep a port city like New York for dirty bombs. New Jersey was chosen because it's closest port to New York City. I already said this in prior videos that if they were going to choose New Jersey for anything, they would choose us because we're close to New York, but we're not actually New York, and it's easy to generate a Psyop before they start the big bang in New York. I don't really think this makes a lot of sense, considering that if they were going to do anything like this, the government doesn't give a rat's ass about us, so why would they be sweeping for dirty bombs? Why would they be doing anything to protect the people when they're the ones that have been harming us since the event in September many, many years ago, since the outbreak, since weather manipulation, since the recent events this summer with Milton and Helene and et cetera, and all the other strange things going on? Why would they do this? Why would they just go ahead and create this whole thing and do a psyop at the same time to protect the people? This just seems like a really silly theory. And I'm wondering what other people are saying here. It makes sense, but why can't they go in that? I'm just trying to see if there's any comments that are not brain dead. Not really. Oh, it's, what's this? I saw something about Australia. I swear I saw something that said something about Australia. Sometimes I scroll too fast and then I can't find the thing I was looking for. It's a bunch of nonsense, but that's basically what was saying here. I don't really subscribe to this. Now I got the drones Facebook group. I'm going to go ahead and see what is new going on here. Has anyone been keeping check with the Geiger counter, this says? That's a Geiger counter, isn't that, for nuclear stuff? I guess that's the going theory that they're going with, the whole nuclear thing. It's a possible U.S. military discovered a... What? Oh, here we go, setting up plasmoids. I saw there was another thing the other day. A pronoun-looking person was talking about plasmoids. Here's another UFO nutter. Let's see what this nudnik has to say.
Are we in the middle of a psychological operation right now?
Yes, but it's not the one you're probably going to be proposing.
There are thousands of drone sightings.
Never seen so many UFOs in my life.
And more weird stuff every single day.
Were they human or non-human?
Non-human. We are not alone.
You deserve to know how to tell what the hell is going on. And I just did a very confidential talk to my inner circle last night. But I think that you need to see this.
People within the U.S. government believe it's true.
The world deserves the truth.
Growing number of drone sightings.
They are non-human, higher intelligence.
The unidentified aircraft are the size of cars.
It's like the classic UFO that you would see online.
A lot of people are wondering what the hell is going on. But what if I told you that the most dangerous thing is happening, but it's inside of your head? If you just think about it for a second, there's decades of silence on UFOs, and now suddenly the government is obsessed with talking about them. I want to show you exactly tonight what the plans and motivations are if this is being done on purpose. And then I want to walk you through a foolproof way on how to spot public manipulation. I'm also...
This guy might not be an idiot. I'm not going to obviously play the whole thing, but I'm going to play a little bit of it and see what he has to say.
Maybe going to talk about what to do if it's actually aliens.
Okay. Never mind. He just lost me.
If you don't know, I'm the guy that trains Psyops. I'm the person that teaches this kind of stuff to companies and stuff. So the government's kind of gone from decades
Let's trust this guy.
Denial to throwing around terms like UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, in official hearings. Add to that this sudden rise in reports of drones all over the place, these weird sightings and emergency declarations that are going on, I think in New Jersey right now. And it feels like we're being prepped for something.
Yeah, I know, right?
What are we being prepared for? So let's dig in.
It's a psyop within a psyop. I mean, this is very silly. What's going on? Listen to me. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on inside your own head. I'm the guy that trains psyops. Why would we even trust the guy who trains people on freaking psyops with a psyop? I mean, it's like, oh my God.
So why would this be happening right now? So we're going to go both sides. It's aliens, it's not aliens. Let's do both sides here. Most governments don't just usually open up about things like this without a reason.
God, remember this?
All governments, when they start pushing a narrative, it's most often to serve a bigger agenda if this is deliberate. So here are 3 possible reasons I can think of why this might be happening. Number 1, a distraction tactic.
Yes.
When huge issues are brewing, like economic instability, political unrest, global crises, somebody's done something bad and it's about to get in the news, governments usually and very often create some kind of distraction. So remember when the Pentagon released UFO footage in 2020. That conveniently happened during a global pandemic, this chaotic thing that was going on around the entire world that we all suffered through. Number 2, using fear as a tool. So fear unites people.
It's almost like you're watching a Mason mash review. This is nuts.
So if there is a threat big enough, And I want you to remember, if you're just listening to me right now, I'm sitting on your kitchen counter or something like that, and you're making dinner. I said the word threat with huge quotes around it. If there's a threat big enough, like UFOs, people are more likely to trust their leaders, give up freedoms, and rally behind whatever solution that they're offered. It's the same playbook used during the Cold War. This was called the Red Scare for that reason. Or post 9/11 with the War on Terror and the Patriot Act. And then number 3, testing the waters. This goes back to BC years. All 3 of these things go back to the BC.
I mean, he's really not telling you anything that anybody with any kind of brain would think of, honestly.
Years. This is not something that's original. So governments tend to test and gauge how people react. So if we accept UFOs as real and we don't freak out, that means we can kind of escalate the narrative without any pushback. So think of it like kind of a slow drip instead of pouring it all out at one time. And if you want to look back at some of these historical parallels, this is not the first time this has happened. There's just a few that come to mind right now. The first is the Gulf of Tonkin. This happened in 63 or 64. 1963 or 64. The United States used extremely questionable reports of attacks on naval ships, which were not true, to justify escalating this Vietnam War. And then in 1962...
I'm done with this guy. In other words, in my opinion, he's one of them, you know. He's in the club, and he's masterfully speaking. He's basically telling you the entire thing is a psychological operation, which I've been saying from the get-go. So, yeah, so I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep looking at the Facebook groups. And I'm going to see, oh, Jesus, I want to believe. See if there is anything worthwhile that's worth even looking into. There were no drones on Thanksgiving. What?
Every single day for almost
What's this?
Basis. The Garden State had 80 such reports from Thursday into Friday, just over 24 hours. And this is going on every single day for almost a month, starting November 18th, with the one exception being Thanksgiving. Lawmakers right now are saying, look, we just want to know, federal government, what you know. The FBI and DHS have come out.
Okay, well, I guess that shows that. They're distracting you from the San Andreas Fault because it will split and sink into the sea soon. That's not near us. We have a fault line in New Jersey, and we had an earthquake around last April. So if anything, it would be a distraction from the fault, whatever's going on with that fault line. But I don't know why they would be distracting us from something on the West Coast. That's a little weird. But I guess because this has spread countrywide, I guess maybe they could say that as a distraction in that regard. Yeah, the aliens like to take off on the holidays. That's true. They like to, I don't know, zip around the solar system with Captain Picard or whatever. Radiation poisoning. I don't believe any of that. That's nonsense. TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I'm not even gonna click on any TikTok links. Feel free to add your poll option. I'm curious what everyone thinks this really is. U.S. government searching for rogue nuke. 42% thinks that. 17% thinks it's a UFO. 4% Iran. And 6% Chinese. And 15% government testing. So 42%, most people believe in the nuke theory. Not surprised. Now there's a Pennsylvania one. Zero Hitch. When was this posted? Oh, it was posted today. You said the stream just stopped. Does anyone else see that it says that it stopped? Just trying to... It seems okay on my end. Like, I don't see any delay like that on my end. If anybody else can confirm that they see... what did you say? Streaming stopped, says streaming starting. If anyone says that actively, let me know now. Anyone? It buffered for a bit, but it's back for you. Okay, yeah, I think it's just must be connection issues. There's nothing I can really do with that. But yeah, as far as on my end, what I see is what I see. I don't know if I can really fix that on your end. But anyways, so I'm just going to look at... This is posted today. This is again another thing. It's from zerohedge.com. New theory. New Jersey drone sightings may be nuclear sniffers following elevated NYC radiation levels. So this is again now going back to the thing that I first talked about in the beginning from that guy on Facebook who said that it was drones looking for dirty bombs or whatever. So this says the founder of aerospace company specializing in military-grade drones published a video on Chinese social media platform TikTok sharing his thoughts on mystery drone sightings in New Jersey. His expert opinion is alarming, leaving many wishing that Paul Krugman's theory about alien invasion was true instead. Now it shows a map with different military weapons and whatnot on here, and then it says, I spoke to a gentleman a few months ago who's trying to raise alarm of the highest levels of our government about the particular nuclear warhead that he physically put in his hands that was left over from Ukraine. He knew this thing was headed towards the United States. He continued, everyone knows that this administration is pushing to get into war with Russia. So there's a video. I don't know if this will play because it's on TikTok. I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh, it is. Okay.
Hey, everyone. My name is John Ferguson. I'm the CEO of Saxon Aerospace here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm not normally a TikTok kind of a guy. I like watching this stuff every once in a while. But I'm a manufacturer of unmanned aircraft, military-grade unmanned aircraft, as you can see one of my systems here.
Sorry, I have to shut down my Steam application.
All
there
of
we go.
These mysterious drones going on off the East Coast, and as a professional, as a subject matter expert, I wanted to give you all my opinion on what I think could be going on with these drones. I don't particularly believe that these have a nefarious intent. I could be wrong, but I want to give you the truth and what I believe. It's my own opinion, and I've not bounced this off of anybody, so, you know, if you think it's bullshit, whatever, that's cool. You know, I don't want to spread misinformation, as we know that there's a lot of that going around. But anyway, back in the 1980s, Ronald Reagan had dismantled the nuclear program, and there were, with Russia, there were countless nuclear missiles that were disarmed and disposed of. Well, there were over 80, I believe. There were over 80 nuclear warheads that were in Ukraine that came up missing. Okay, we don't know where they are. Maybe somebody does, but nobody really knows where these are. And I speak with some pretty high-level government officials on this stuff, and it seems as though that is the case. So I spoke to a gentleman a few months ago who was trying to raise an alarm to the highest levels of our government, which they had their ears closed, about this one particular nuclear warhead that he physically put his hands on. He physically touched this warhead that was left over from Ukraine. And he knew that that thing was headed towards the United States. Okay? That is a very serious deal. And everyone knows that the United States government, this administration, is pushing to get into a war with Russia. We all know that. We all feel it. We all see it. Okay?
I guess.
Well, back up a few years. Do y'all remember when those drones were mysteriously flying across the Interstate 70 corridor from Colorado up into Nebraska, down here into Kansas, and out into Missouri? Well, it was believed that those drones were looking for radioactive material because there had been some material that came up missing here in the United States, and they felt like it was high probability that the nuclear or the radioactive material would be taken along the Interstate 70 corridor heading east or west or south. So from what we understand, they were out there trying to find this radioactive material. Now, drones, they have no reason to be in the air at night.
No shit.
Unless you're doing some type of ISR work, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, looking for bad guys, or looking
or surveilling
for,
the people.
A victim, a search and rescue victim, or law enforcement, or some type of military.
All right. You get the gist. So he's going with the theory that the government's here to protect us against bombs and threats and things like that. But come on, man. Since when has the government ever done anything to protect its people? So that's what the theory is going on now. Seems to be the current going theory. Someone says if the government really knows it's not nefarious, they could at least say it's harmless, but it's top secret other than acting like nobody has a clue. That will calm the fear to an extent. Exactly. That's the reason why they're not saying it, because they want to leave it ambiguous so they can continue to keep people in a state of fear. What origins do you think the drones have on a poll? 68% United States. Yep. Joey Diaz told us about the New Jersey UAP phenomenon years ago. Oh, God. This is knucklehead on Joe Rogan. I'm not even going to waste my time with that. That's one spraying. I caught one spraying the other night. Massive invasion. Did I play this? I think I played this the other day, no?
Threat, close quote. What? The massive invasion of drones observed and recorded by so many of our citizens, including and especially law enforcement and military personnel, many who are here. Is it unusual? Is he kidding? How does Secretary Mayorkas, who infamously told us for years that our southern border was secure and closed when we know it's not, and now insult our intelligence that we haven't seen anything unusual? This is usual? I don't think so. And how can he and others, like National Security Spokesman Admiral John Kirby, say we know there's no threat? How do they know that? What aren't they revealing? Or are they just saying?
They know there's no threat because they're the ones doing it. It's a psychological operation. Simple as that, sir. That's true. Sun gives off radiation? The nuke story is troll news. This is from Free Public something. So this is one of those right-wing Psyop pages. The FFA Reauthorization Act of 2018 expires December 20th of this year. So the federal government is literally using a terrorism drone mystery psyop against you to manipulate Congress into passing a new H.R. 8610 Counter UAS Authority Security, Safety and Reauthorization Act of 2024, which will include appropriations and enhanced government powers to control you. They're even going so far as to use it to push acts of war against other countries. This is directly related to Smith and Mundt Act being repealed. I mean, to be honest with you, this is more along the lines of what I've been trying to say. Yeah, let's see what people say here. Someone said that makes sense. MAGA saves the day. Why do we have to go there? Why do we have to go there? People are so brain dead with this stuff. Holograms. Huh. Holograms, you say. Why is New Jersey paying for this? Just more holograms? New Jersey Air National Guard, NJANG, provides mission-ready citizen airman weapon systems and equipment for rapid combat and support capabilities to federal, state, and leadership. I can't really read the rest. I don't know what they mean by holograms, but that would make sense for Project Bluebeam. Yeah, I can't really see the rest of that. And NSA gets new helicopters to support radiological security across the nation. When was this posted, though? Yeah, this is posted in July. Seems like they really want to push the radiology thing. Oh, I've seen this orb one. This guy.
What are these drones? Where are they coming from? Are we under attack? Oh my God. Do I need a vaccination? Do I gotta wear a mask? Why don't they tell us what's going on with these drones? Oh my God. I gotta get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread.
People like this is what's wrong with society. You have two sides of the coin. It's like two ends of the same turd. People like this, and he's mocking it, equating it to the same thing for when people went crazy over the other nonsense that went on with the outbreak. But you have to understand that when they're using a psychological operation like this can be a way to start a war, a fake war in the sky where they have lockdowns. This is a way for them to use mass surveillance. This is the way for them to bring in Project Bluebeam and other ways to control the public. People need to stop joking and actually try to understand what is going on, because this is for our own self-preservation. People like this just think the world is a joke on either side of the coin, and it's really sad to see people this brain dead. Two ends of the same turd. What's this?
Hi, Elizabeth. Well, I got to be honest here. When this story first came out a few weeks ago, as a resident of New Jersey, as a journalist, I didn't pay it much credence. I thought it would turn out to be a bunch of pranksters and this would all be over by now. The experience I had last night, however, changed the way I feel about this story completely. What I saw was more sophisticated than I ever imagined. Take a look.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 lights, 6 lights.
I didn't believe what I was seeing. But what was I seeing? We're here in central Jersey. We've been looking for the past hour. I think we've seen about 40 or 50 of these drones. In fact, there's one over my shoulder right there. One after another, these drones appeared in the night sky. If you look real close, they look like fixed-wing aircraft, about 8 to 10 feet wide, colorful, white blinking lights.
That is not a plane.
Definitely not an airplane, but what was it? Hi, Elizabeth. Well, I got to be honest here. You know, when this story...
Yeah, it's the same, like I said, that's what we've all been seeing. Yep, I've been seeing things like this. My research investigating the naysayers, my video. Oh, God. Here comes another...
This is Dr. Stephen Greer, the leading ufologist.
Here, I think this is another knucklehead alien guy.
Your officials in the U.S. government, the incoming administration, the current leaders in the House and the Senate.
This is Dr. Stephen Greer, the leading ufologist on the planet.
So that is what is happening.
My hero.
Are a predictable launch of a diversionary and a confusing event. They're certainly not extraterrestrial or NHI.
There's my video!
Non-human intelligence.
Who is this idiot?
There's my video! Dr. Stephen Greer. Look him up.
It's clear that they're...
Watching and talking.
Okay, who cares? Your voice is annoying, dude. There's another thing talking about the nuclear sniffers. Oh, no, that's the same article. Sorry. I just posted it twice. Yeah, that whole thing with the healthcare, that thing was a complete psyop, as is all these mass killing incidences. Yeah, there's no aliens, bro. There's no aliens. But yes, the what was his name? Linguini Macaroni or whatever his name is, the shooter guy. Yeah, the whole thing was a freaking psyop. I'm not even going to bother covering that or getting into it. It's just another distraction, honestly. Yeah, UFOs is a bunch of bullshit. If you look into Aleister Crowley and the demon Lam, Crowley said, you know, they're demons now, but they'll call them something else later, aka aliens. And his description of Lam looks exactly like your cliche gray alien that we see now. It's all part of a scripted agenda. Is this that Greer guy? If I tell you what I know, this YouTube channel would be banned. Alright, let's look at this Greer guy.
They are now launching what we had predicted in the late 1990s, and that is a series of diversionary false events to confuse the public and the politicians and the Pentagon as to what these UAPs are. So the whole launch of the drones that you're seeing in the United Kingdom,
he's right.
Those started after I got back to the United Kingdom, providing briefings to the senior leadership.
I've never heard of this guy, but that does sound
about this emerging.
Gotta love the fact check
that will be the
banner here.
Event in modern human history. Frankly, the people coming forward are not secondhand or even minor, firsthand These are operators assigned to special forces who've now risen up to a senior position at these key black sites, and they will be unmasked. They will be named. They will have the evidence. They will have the proof. And that's all happening in the next 30 days or so. I am telling you this because it is imminent. It's why I've been on a tour all over the world meeting with senior officials in the U.S. government, the incoming administration, the current leaders in the House and the Senate. In fact, I just got back from Washington last night. So that is what is happening. The drones are a predictable launch of a diversionary and a confusing event.
He's right.
They're certainly not extraterrestrial or NHI. The pop
all right,
now
all right.
is non-human intelligence.
This guy Greer isn't an idiot after all.
Craft, it's clear that they're able to have assets that are ground-based or in STIFs, subterranean facilities, or what some people call DUMBs, deep underground military bases, where they can launch these sort of objects and create all kinds of confusion and alarm and panic. This is now breaking all into the mainstream news, just as this group is pivoting to disclose the facts and the real information. So this is a Psyop, psychological operation. We predicted it. We've been predicting it for 25 years. If you read my paper that I wrote in 1999, it's on our website, drstephengreer.com, and it states very pointedly that the actors who are keeping this secret will take the momentum of disclosure and try to turn it into an alien invasion scenario.
Yep, he's right.
A good versus bad alien scenario, a way to keep running all over the world and also aggrandize the military-industrial complex with trillions of dollars in new spending to create a countermeasure to the alien. So we know this was the plan that was hatched in 1953 or so at the CIA. We have documents to that effect, and that it would only take place because there had been a long-term, multi-decade psychological operation that began in the late in 50s in earnest with the man-made UFOs, and then later where they were using altered humans, and then in the later robotic aliens to abduct humans and to instigate terrorizing events like mutilations. And on occasion where they placed these man-made UFOs over developing world villages and blown up the whole village and dozens of people. Now we have people on the inside who know all this. And so now the incoming president doesn't know this, the Congress doesn't know this, and 99.9% of the Pentagon don't know it, but this is what's going to be coming out in part. And the very granular details of what this defection group is going to put out there, we don't know, but it will absolutely be dispositive proof, but also the fact that they've agreed to unmask themselves, meaning they'll be named, is new. I just learned that a couple weeks ago when the leader of that group met with me at my place in Washington, D.C. So we'll see what happens if they don't get scrubbed. I mean, if they're not a between now and then, this is what's coming out, and I'm making an attempt. I sort of joke I've become the cosmic Paul Revere, going around trying to give a heads up to leaders around the world about this.
You know, exactly. Busy times right now, and it's crazy what's going on in the major media on how they're putting it out there. We don't know what these things are, but don't worry about it. They don't mean us any harm. And some of
what nonsense. We know what they are, and we know what.
Just want to let that play a little bit because what he was saying was pretty decent. But yeah, there is no aliens. There's no spacemen. It's all a bunch of baloney. Yes, aliens look like Crowley's demon llama. I said that before. That's exactly what it's all about. You know, he said that they would be called something else one day. They're demons now. They'll be something in the future. And that is what they're calling them now, aliens. I mean, if people don't think that this thing what is this, Etsy? If people don't think that this thing is the exact same thing as the supposed gray aliens, then I really don't know what to tell you. I mean, this is the demon Lam. This is what Crowley talked about. So this is a whole nother story for another day about Lam, but if you don't know about him, that's essentially Aleister Crowley. He's a wicked demon. Very wicked man, and this is the demon that he talked about. Let's see what else they got on here. Here's some more people. That's a plane. I've been looking at a lot of them every night and capturing videos of them, and I can definitely tell when it's a plane and when it's a drone. I've noticed they've also changed the colors of the lights on them. Now they appear to be blinking in a white. Looks like they're blinking in a white and green pattern. Before it was red and green. I'm not sure why. How have I scientifically verified that there are no aliens? Because I just know that there are no aliens. If you follow the scripture, if you follow the Bible, you will know that we cannot escape the firmament. We cannot leave this world. There is nothing beyond other than heaven and what's above us. There's no space. There are no aliens. I'm not here to debate you on aliens. I don't subscribe to those low IQ ideas, so I'm not even going to get involved with the alien nonsense. I'm just here to give people information about the psychological operation that's currently going on. Yeah, this is Trump's Space Force movie. Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous that people are falling into this. If your government is basically, for the last couple of years, has been saying that there are aliens. They've been having briefings about aliens. They've been talking about UFOs. I have a couple videos on this channel if you want to take a look. It's under my commentary playlists about the things going on with the aliens, and this is a couple years prior. The government has started talking to you about it. So if the government is talking about it and basically trying to allude and say that there are aliens, thanks for the sub, that there are aliens, then you kind of have to use a little bit of logic here and go, okay, well, if the government says so, we know that they cannot be trusted. So basically everything that they tell us, it's the exact opposite of what they tell us. Even if you don't believe in the scripture, if you don't believe in the Bible, if you don't believe in God, you kind of have to think of it that way and use a little bit of your brain to think about that. Just trying to read a little bit of the comments. Oh, cool, you're from Germany? That's pretty cool. My great-great-grandfather came from, I'm probably going to butcher this, Baden-Württemberg, Germany. I don't know too much about that side of the family, but I do know that they were German. Okay, race laver, whatever you say, bud. I'm not here to. All right, see you later, bro. I'm not gonna deal with this crap. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm not here to debate on your crap about the aliens. Clearly, you're a troll, and I don't waste my time with that. My time is very short, and my time is brief, and I'm just here to give people information. I'm not trying to waste my time with you, so you can hit the road. See ya, bud. Which town? I'm not sure. I have to do a little more digging on them. I did find one of my ancestors. There was some kind of medieval person or someone that goes back pretty far in my family line. I don't want to give the name because, I'm trying to be a little discreet here, but there is a family line that goes back to something kind of in the middle medieval period. I think from what I researched, they were Czech German. So I do have, I guess, it would be more of a Slavic ancestry that transitioned into Germany from what I've been able to dig up during historical records, but I don't know too much about that. I know more about my Italian heritage. California. I'm not trying to really get into my beliefs on, I don't talk about flat earth. I don't talk about any of those kind of things. It's not really what this channel's for. I try to focus more on current events and real world things that affect all people, that the people who are controlling our world do believe in it, and they worship the devil. They worship Satan. So you need to be aware of what they are currently doing and the playbook that they're following, and that's what I'm here for. Fresno, nice. I have never been to the West Coast, and I have never been to California or any of those states. I've been to Canada, and I've been all up and down the East Coast from state to state, and I've been to Texas, Arizona, Utah. That's pretty much it, and Canada. It's a trash can. Okay. Yeah, I don't really have too much of an interest to go to California. I've been to Arizona when I was younger. I do really like the landscape, the way it looks there and everything. I always kind of wanted to live there, but I don't know. Pretty much everywhere in the U.S. There's something going on in the U.S. At this point, regardless. It's really picking a climate that you like at this point, because everything's open for an attack at this point. Okay, yeah, I don't know too much about the German stuff. I just know that I do have German ancestry, but I don't know a little bit, not too much. I don't know too much about it. World War II. Yeah, my grandfather fought in World War II. He was a first-generation Italian-American. And then my grandmother was a nurse in World War II, and they met in World War II. My grandmother's of Irish descent. I was always told that they were English descent. I later found out that they were Scotch-Irish. The Ulster Scot, I believe, is the origin. So those are the Scottish people who fled Scotland to Ireland and then fled Ireland to the Americas, from what I understand. But again, I don't know a lot about those histories. I'm more focused on the Italian sides because my mom is half Italian and my dad is half Italian. So I got more interested in that regardless. But yeah, I don't really want to get into ancestry. I'm just answering. But let's see. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else going on in regards to this. I think I would have to say in the coming days, I'm sure there'll be some other kind of news. Oh, Stephen Greer again. The drones are a psyop. Yes, that's exactly what I've been saying. What does keep me a little strange about this is he has 3.7 million subscribers, and they allowed him to say that without censoring him. So that is something to consider, despite the things that I've been saying and the things that I think. But like I said, I think in some way or another this is our government doing it, and this is some kind of operation. Let's see. Oh God, Area 51. Yeah, I think let me just refresh it. I think I've kind of skimmed all that can be skimmed on the Facebook group. Is this? I don't know what language that is. It does kind of...
This weighs less than a motorcycle, and I'm about to fly it. Ready? In the middle, you got an iPad Pro with augmented...
Yeah, but I don't think there's a person inside it, so, I mean, I don't really think that that's what they're... I don't really think that's what they're doing. Yeah, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Yes, Project Bluebeam. That's honestly, I think I've said it before. It could be a precursor for Project Bluebeam. It could be conditioning to get people used to having drones in the sky all the time for mass surveillance on us, which would then connect to our smartphones, be able to track us because we always have our smartphones on us. We're doing those updates, you know, the new iOS and Android updates could contain updates that link up to these drones, so it could be conditioning and getting people used to that. You know, or they're going to start some kind of fake war in the sky, like Elon Musk said something about it. What did he say? I have the picture on my phone. I'm just going to read it. Where the hell is it now? I thought I had it saved. Well, regardless, drone swarm battles are coming that will boggle the mind, he said, and that was posted at 9:06 p.m. in September 29th of this year. So, I mean, with that being said, I mean, that's definitely conditioning for something. So they could be doing like a fake drone battle in the sky, which would create a situation where they need to lock people up. You know, oh, you got to stay inside the drones, you know. So there's a lot of different, like I've said, and I've said it before, there's a lot of different ways they could be doing this, a lot of different reasons. There doesn't have to be just one central purpose for this. This could be multiple reasons for these drones, and this operation could be, like I said, a multi-purpose operation. Yeah, I think that we pretty much... I skimmed through most of what is on here. That's the bulk of it posted today. I was trying to see if on the New Jersey Reddit... Oh my god. Are you serious? This is from Trump. Posting a picture of Christie eating Big Macs. Like, yeah, we get it. Christie's fat. Ha 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 ha. Christie's fat. He hasn't been our governor for like 8 years now. Like, who really gives a shit? I don't really understand what this is accomplishing, but this is coming from Trump, the great deceiver, and the one who is full of distractions and part of the agenda. So I can't really see anything of worth posted there, but yeah, that's the kind of mindset we have going on. Just trying to see if there's anything of worthwhile posted on this. Oh, something about a puppy mill. I'm not even going to read that. It's just going to get me pissed off. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be anything of worth. This is the drone group. The New Jersey drone group, sorry. Born and raised at the New Jersey shore, I have paid attention to the skies for years. Here are my thoughts. Like many of you, just an average person, no expert in anything perhaps. What goes on in the skies in my hometown? Since I was a child, I've had nightmares and phobias of UFOs that turned into a fascination as I grew older. Blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm not even going to waste my time. He's going to go into the whole UFO nonsense. I think I've done videos on Reddit and how the vast majority of it is controlled by bots. There's actually I did a video on it. There is a bunch of subreddit simulators where bots interact with each other and they talk in like Reddit lingo. They'll say phrases like straw man and ad hominem and all the stupid cliche phrases. Go back to the basement, you know, the usual things that Redditors would say to one another. And they interact like your typical Redditor, but it's an actual bot. Let me see if I can bring that up. Subreddit sorry, my spelling is atrocious. I put son. Okay, yeah, that was my bad because I spelled it wrong. Subreddit simulator. So these are posts by bots that are posting these Nazi AI bot. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to get into, I don't know what you're trying to say with this white and black, the racist stuff with your little American flag avatar. I'm not going to even waste my time with that. I'm not sure like what you're trying to do there, but yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of you here, sir, because I don't have time for that. It's pathetic. I gotta get a moderator. This is annoying. Anyway, so this is a subreddit simulator, and all these things that you're seeing here, I did a video on this, are basically, you can go to it, subreddit r/subreddit simulator. They're bots who are interacting with one another, and it really they just talk the way your typical response would be in Reddit. So that's just another rabbit hole to dig into, but I just want to bring this up for people. It's definitely something interesting you might want to go down next time you are on Reddit and you see these kind of interactions towards your things, and you get into a heated debate with people what kind of interaction you're having. Most likely it's with a bot. So I'm just skimming through now the drone subreddit to see. Chris Christie predicts drone vigilantes as he insists they are over my house. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie warned of drone vigilantes and insisted that unidentified vehicles were flying over his house 2 mornings ago. Yeah, they flew over my building too. Okay. We know this. This is the first time I've noticed drones over my house. Well, maybe put down the cheeseburger and look up at the sky for once in a while, you douchebag. Former governor argued that a vacuum of information, all the conspiracies, something about that Van Drew guy with the mothership. Oh, all right. Let's see what this knucklehead has to say.
Have you seen any drones?
Yeah. 2 mornings ago, over my house at 6:15 in the morning. Saw them myself, so did my wife. And so, yeah, they're there. And I've been traveling around New Jersey as I normally do all week. And I can't tell you the number of people who've come up to me concerned about it. And that's
But is this a mass hysteria of some sort?
Well, here's why, George. Because of answers like the secretary just gave. They're not answering the questions.
Well, he said they're monitoring it. They haven't seen any unusual activity, and they need more authority.
Let me tell you something. I agree that they need more authority. But to not
Exactly.
say to say this is not unusual activity, it's just wrong. I lived in New Jersey my whole life. This is the first time that I've noticed drones over my house.
This is the first time I noticed drones over my house. Shut up, douchebag. His voice, everything about him makes me sick. All these selected officials, all of them make me fucking sick to look at them. But he's not saying anything of intelligence. He's just another idiot. Of course they're over your house, dickhead. They're over my house too. That's the point. Where were you, bud? Too busy eating hamburgers. I guess Trump kind of had a point there with that little meme. Maybe it was in response to this idiotic statement. I didn't know about that. Drones over New Jersey, crisis in our skies. Did I play this one?
Tonight, a nation on edge.
What is going on in New Jersey?
That's the question on the minds of America.
Oh yeah, Trump did say to shoot them down. I did hear about that. I don't really think they're up so high. Even if our little pea shooters could do it, I don't think our civilian guns could shoot that far. I don't know a lot about guns, and if they did shoot them down, these things are massive. Imagine if they landed on a person's car, their house, or a group of people. It would kill people. You can't do that, first of all. And second of all, this is government property. We know it's government property. So if you do shoot it, you're going to jail. But again, Trump's whole agenda, his whole shtick is to get these kinds of people riled up and doing these kind of things, or put forth the notion that people on the right are violent and crazy. You know, it's all about the tug and pull, the left and the right. You know, I've said it 100 times over.
Americans.
It was the size of a school bus, literally the size of a two-car garage.
As a national security threat looms in the skies.
This is a truly bizarre story and series of events. Bottom line is that the FBI is utterly clueless about what is occurring.
Lawmakers fed up with a lack of answers from the federal government.
They're saying no threat to Americans.
They're saying no threat, but how the hell do they know? They don't know anything. They don't know what it is. They don't know where it come from.
I do think it's ridiculous that they're not shooting these things down.
We don't really have control of our U.S. airspace.
And the White House keeping the people in.
They're not shooting him down because it's their property. Oh my God, everybody keeps saying that. Drone operation arrests. What?
Welcome back into Live Now from Fox as we continue to track all of the latest. I want to bring you some breaking news in regards to some of these mysterious drone sightings that we have been seeing across the country. Taking a look here at a tweet from the Boston Police Department, they say this: 2 suspects arrested following hazardous drone operation in Long Island. Now, we do have a part of the statement here from the Boston Police Department as we just got this news just a little while ago. And it says this: on December 14th, 2024, at approximately 10:22 p.m., officers from the...
Yeah, but that just sounds like domestic. That's not related to this. Who's Alejandro Mayorkas? Who is that? Is this a video? What is this?
Let's bring in Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Mr. Secretary, thank you for joining us this morning. Can you clear up the confusion here?
Absolutely, George, and thank you very much for having me. There's no question that people are seeing drones, and I want to assure the American public that we in the federal government have deployed additional resources, personnel, technology
Homeland Security,
the New Jersey State Police in addressing the drone sightings. Some of those drone sightings are in fact drones. Some are manned aircraft that are commonly mistaken for drones, and we do see duplicative reporting. But there's no question that drones are being sighted. Let me set the record straight here, George. There are thousands of drones flown every day in the United States.
Now he's going to start gaslighting us. This is where the gaslighting begins.
That is the reality. And in September of 2023, the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, changed the rules so that drones could fly at night. And that may be one of the reasons why now people are seeing more drones than they did before, especially from dawn to dusk. And so that is the reality. But I want to assure the American public that we are on it.
Yeah, sure. Let's trust Mr. Selected Official. There's nothing to see here. What a joke. Definitely think where the gaslighting begins. Saw that already. Does anyone in the chat or anyone who's watching have any information or anything new that they've heard of in regards to this? So I'm just skimming everything here to see if there's any new information, but I'm not seeing anything as of yet, other than the going theory today that I'm saying that about, which I don't buy into, about the radiation sniffers. Seeing if there's anything on YouTube. Anything new. I think I saw mysterious drone reported. What's this? This looks like a
drone should be red and green. That means they are connected to the controller.
Like everyone else in New Jersey, drone pilot Mike Anella is trying to decipher the recent mysterious sightings.
This, solid green. That's highly unusual.
He's been using commercial drones from his own business, New Jersey Drone Shots, to take video of the unidentified craft. Some turn out to be just regular planes flying into Newark.
We could tell by the tail and the logo it was a United Airlines flight.
But others he can't explain and says they're not ordinary drones.
I wouldn't even think how to transport them. They're huge. They're the size of cars. The light pattern is very unusual, and the way that they're flying so low is not understanding.
He also doesn't understand how they managed to stay airborne for so long, especially now.
It takes a lot of more power to operate a drone in the cold. I can get about 45 minutes in the air just hovering with my drone. These drones are up in the air for more than 2 hours.
Perhaps the most puzzling part is why we still don't have answers. Anella says the skies are closely regulated, and flying over a sensitive space like Picatinny Arsenal would attract attention fast.
If I took one of my drones over one of those areas, I would have law enforcement on me in probably 10 seconds.
Until we know what's going on, he's cautious about where he flies and hopes it doesn't impact his business.
We want answers. Because effectively, I want to make sure I can feel safe to fly.
Let's bring in Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
I already saw this bozo. What the hell's going on with this thing? Seaside Park? Live Earth Cam? Drone watch. Well, you're not going to find anything now, bud. It's too early. They don't come out during this time. State of emergency.
Chairman, my time has expired, but thank you for continuing to bring this to light.
Gentleman's time has expired. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Arizona, Mr. Crane.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for holding this hearing today. Thank you.
Yes, I said that. I played a video on that earlier. They're saying that that they were sniffing. They're sniffing the drones out and whatnot. In I forget which video. I found a video and a couple articles basically stating that they were sniffing them out. But my whole theory is, since when would the government be looking out for us? I don't know. I personally just think it's a psychological operation. And honestly, just letting people think that there's nuclear bombs and stuff in our area is enough to make people panic, and that's kind of all they want.
Than a commercial available drone, fixed wing as well as rotary. We have helped analyze with our partners video and pictures of what those look like, what have been submitted. Part of that is these over 3,000 tips from the public, and to look at that. But as I previously stated, we don't know the people responsible behind that, and that's what we're working on.
Yeah. What did you say the FBI was spending on counter drone?
My budget that would specifically include the technology that we use.
Is it 500,000?
It's 500,000.
What? That doesn't seem nearly adequate. Why do you feel like there isn't a push within the FBI?
Yeah, I always feel like that I'm being targeted because I always speak out against this stuff. But yeah, I saw just last night, I saw probably about 40 of them when I went out to the store. Like literally within a 20-minute time period, I saw like 30 of them. 30, 40 of them just flying around. I know there's a bill that's about drones they need to pass. Yeah, do you know what the bill's called? I don't know if that's the thing that I talked about earlier. Like I said, these are all pieces of information I've been given today, so I'm not completely up to date on all this information. But if you know the name of that bill, I can maybe look it up.
Within our emerging threats unit for surveillance issues, that allocation of resources, that research, that operational deployment of our capability is what we have today. I would imagine that this would grow over time.
What do you think that some of these terrorist cells that might be in the country right now, or maybe even outside of our borders, what do you think that they're looking at when they see a hearing like this? and they see that you guys still, after almost a month, don't know who these drones are, what do you think that they're thinking?
So I would be measured in how we speak about our capability and what our limitations and capacity is. However, I'll say to you that it's not as good as I wish it was, and we'll continue to work to make it better.
Yeah, well, when you're only spending $500,000 a year, it's probably not going to be very good, is it?
The only thing I would say about that is
I don't know.
that
This is a clown show. I can't even listen to these bozos talk. Robo Dog Black Mirror. Has anyone ever seen this? Hopefully I don't get a strike for showing this. I did a video on this too. Just look at this thing. This is exactly how they look. See that? Police, Robo-Dog. It's the exact same thing.
New York's police department showed off some
Exact same thing as this.
tools today. The most controversial new technology is actually making a comeback.
It's all predictive programming.
First seen in the city 2 years ago. At the time, there was public backlash, with some seeing it as a futuristic version of over-aggressive policing.
What do I think the drones are? I think the drones are drones owned by our government, part of a psychological operation to, 1, bring forth Project Bluebeam, conditioning for mass surveillance, or the possibility of some kind of staged sky war type of situation. But those are the 3 possibilities, I think. But I think they're property of our government. So what is it? Sorry, I'm looking at it now. HR 26. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. HR 2864. Oh yeah. Countering CCP Drones Act. This bill requires inclusion of telecommunications and video surveillance provided by the Shenzhen Dazhang Innovations Services Company Limited, a Chinese drone maker. Yeah, it says something to do with, I guess, us and Chinese drones, but I don't know. This just seems a little psyop-y in my opinion, but it is definitely something to note. The China bad thing is just always a little too on the nose. Trying to see if the conspiracy subreddit has any information. It's usually a bunch of low IQ individuals posting stupid memes. There we go. Yeah, I'm done with that. Yeah, it's a waste of time. Okay, I didn't see what the guy said. Just gonna do before I get out of here because I'm running on. How long have I been doing this for? Over an hour now, I think. So I'm gonna get out of here in a little bit, but I'm just gonna skim the drones group and see if there's anything worthwhile new posted. Any new? You know, in fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to is that even worth doing? Drones, New Jersey. I'm gonna see if there's any new. Oh. Okay, this is posted today, this morning. They're saying it might be a CIA operation. Here we go.
Well, New Jersey officials are reporting that drones appeared above 2 nuclear power plants in the state.
Here we go.
New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew, he represents a district, one of them, saying, quote, recent reports from officials indicate that the drones have been hovering near critical infrastructure, including the PSEG nuclear power plant in Salem County, where 2 drones, approximately the size of small SUVs, were observed flying in close proximity. In response to this potential threat, PSEG has requested airspace restrictions. Is that enough? Who could be doing this and why? National security and global affairs expert, former CIA operations officer Laura Bauman joins us now. Laura, always good to see you. I mean, we have these continued reports of these drones. I mean, it's more than unsettling. Why is there such a seemingly lack of transparency and information from our government over what people...
Van Drew, he's the same guy that said that there was a mothership.
Unsettling. And the good news is that both local, state governments and the federal government, everyone's finally saying, yes, there is something above us. People, officials are not gaslighting residents. They're looking up and they're seeing something, whether it's an unmanned drone or whether it is a human piloted object, there's something. Now, in terms of who is behind this, deducing the statements that have been made by John Kirby, who has said that these objects are not operating illegally, coupled with the several op-eds that have been out there in the last 24 hours about the need to look at our detection systems, makes me think perhaps this is actually a classified exercise to test either evasion technology or detection technology in urban areas.
If the CIA is doing it, for example, they say it's not the Department of Defense or the Army. Well, that makes sense. The FBI says, well...
Yeah, it's just the feds gaslighting you while saying they're not gaslighting you. Couldn't get any more ridiculous than this. Yeah, now they're just posting the stupid memes. I think I'm done with that group here. Just trying to see if there's anything. Last minute videos.
Lawmakers desperate for answers as mystery drones buzz over New Jersey neighborhoods, including my own house. Now, one of them pushing a new bill suggested by our next guest.
Hey, how are you?
Would let law enforcement shoot them out of the sky, which, by the way, President Trump suggested yesterday as well in a Truth Social post.
Monmouth County, New Jersey Sheriff Sean Golden joins us now. And I don't mind telling you, Sheriff, this is a circumstance where it seems obvious to just about everybody watching and listening. You can't say on the one hand, you have nothing to worry about. We have no evidence that this is a foreign power or nefarious. And at the same...
Exactly. It looks exactly like a drone. It acts just like a drone.
It must be aliens at a UFO.
time, you're not telling us exactly what is over the skies of the Garden State.
Good morning. Great to be with you. And
let's listen to this douchebag.
Right. I mean, that's the
Masonic puppet talk here.
Into President Trump as he says, "Listen, if they're not ours, shoot them down." Right? I mean, if this was a national security drill, we miserably failed. Drone technology is emerging so much faster, particularly in the defense field, and it's a matter of national security, and it's a matter of public safety here in New Jersey, right? And so, when I got together and sent a letter to Congressman Smith, our congressman here in Monmouth and Ocean County, where we've had a number of sightings, that letter said, hey, we need some changes to the federal law. We have to be able to protect our public and our residents here. And that would require loosening up and the ability for the state, or at least the state policing units across the country, to deconflict and to de-drone if necessary, meaning take down a drone. So right now that rests solely with the federal government, and I think that's the frustration because as you had said earlier in your show, is this some type of federal agency? Listen, these drones seem sophisticated by all accounts. We have a lot of false reporting, but the good accounts,
A lot
we
of
do have them
gaslighting, too.
from military bases, personnel, and from our own first responders around northern New Jersey. These things are definitely sophisticated, fast, turn their lights off at times. So we need to get a handle on what it is and who's running it, right?
So,
and
Sheriff,
if there are, we're from Jersey, we can take the truth, right? So.
Right. Well, Sheriff, we did see a Chinese spy balloon go over our country,
Oh,
and our
God.
government knew about it. And
Here we
did
go.
nothing about it, which is why some people are like, it's possible it could be a foreign thing, and our government's just so.
Well, that's what they were there for, the
stupid or
precursor to this.
or all of the above, that they're doing nothing about it. But I think there was a drone. Am I correct? That actually crashed and fell, and New Jersey
No,
law
it didn't.
enforcement,
That was fake.
Saw that? What was?
That was
We
fake.
don't have any report.
Nope.
Yeah, we don't have any reports of a crash.
That was fake.
A drone. I will say this. I think that was up in north. Wasn't in our county. Listen. We
Oh,
have
that was a civilian drone. Okay, but Sheriff, what? So it's illegal to shoot one down, correct? Right now.
Yeah, it's illegal to shoot one down, and so obviously we're telling our
China,
residents not to
China,
shoot
China,
one down.
China.
We're breaking some gun laws in New Jersey. We don't want that, and we certainly are worried about people's safety because, as you pointed out in your video, these things are large, and they could be dangerous. So at the end of the day, what we do need is more deconfliction legislation. Listen, I'm not about overregulation, but in this case, don't overregulate, just differentiate, right? So we need identity.
Yeah, I never trust a Masonic brother, aka a cop. But what they're doing is they're just gaslighting people, and they're basically just telling them there's something up there. We don't know what it is. It's just continuing the same notion. I don't see. That's from one day ago. I'm looking for anything from 1 hour ago. Project Bluebeam in action. Here we go.
The night skies of New Jersey have been lit up lately,
New Jersey.
thanks to dozens of mystery drones.
What
that have
accent
been
is that?
spotted
Indian?
flying over the state. These drones have been spotted almost every night for
I
nearly
swear, I
one
feel like I'm going to get a strike for this. The last live stream I did, I played a video like this, and it had background music, and I got a strike for the background music.
sparking speculation and concern over who sent them.
So I'm going to talk over it so it's transformative. Oh my god, look at those Indian graphics. It's the same graphics they used to fake the Indian moon landing.
In November, but the number of sightings appear to have increased in December. It is perfectly legal to fly drones in New Jersey, but there are conditions. They are subject to Federal Aviation Administration regulations and must weigh less than 55 pounds at the time that they...
I can't listen to this Indian AI slop. Yeah, I don't see anything really... anything brand new that I haven't already gone over. I think I saw that already. I'm not going to watch anything from Assman Gold or whatever his name is. I can't... his face, there's just something about the guy's face. It's just... ugh. It's a punchable face. China. Yeah, I gotta love China, China, China. I gotta find a clip of Trump just saying China over and over. I just have to find it. Here we go.
Let's say China.
China, 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 China,
China.
China,
China.
China,
China.
China. You go over to China, 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 China. You take China.
China.
China. I love them.
Oh yeah, they're Freemasons. They got their markings all over everything in this country. Oh geez, UFOs or drones. See, this is CNBC. They're I mean, it's right in the title.
And establishing clear legal...
I think this is the thing I was playing before. Sparks state of emergency with warning. And then their thumbnail says, are UFOs or drones? See, they're trying to put that in people's heads. They did this in California a few years ago. What's that with drones? There are drones in California? Shit, I spelled that wrong. Trying to see if there's anything. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that there's somebody showed me the other day. It happened in Colorado, I think. Drone sightings. It's in Wikipedia. And now then the thing here is already in Wikipedia. So this happened back in the same kind of situation between 2019 and 2020. And then the outbreak happened. And then now I see in 2024 it's already in Wikipedia. The New Jersey drone sightings is there as well. Bob Dylan, geez, that guy. I've done videos on Bob Dylan. You all know this part, that one clip of him. This one.
Well, it goes back to the
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
Yeah, the world we can't see. He's talking about the god of this world, aka Satan. But they're all part of that club. The most wicked of them all is Jim Morrison. There's some super creepy footage of, the chief commander. There's creepy footage. I really got to dig for it, of Jim Morrison singing live. And he starts doing this shamanistic thing. He calls himself a shaman. And he starts talking in this voice. It sounded like an ancient old woman from like the 1600s. It's so creepy. And it's not like an impression. It sounds like a spirit is actually coming through him. He's completely demonic, that guy. But yeah, I don't think, besides, to get back to the topic, I don't think that there is anything else relevant in the news as of today. I think the only other explanation is New Jersey drones, nuclear bomb. I don't know. I think that's the only thing. Is this Zero Hedge article saying that there could be nuclear sniffers. This seems to be the only other new theory that's come about today. Government lying about drones, New Jersey official says. I think I played this guy too, but if he's part of the government, that's already suspect in my opinion. But there's nothing else going on now. If anybody finds anything, my email is violetbunnytruth@yahoo.com. You can send me any clips, any articles, anything, and I'll review them. I'll probably end up doing one more of these live streams. Honestly, I'll just keep doing these until we kind of figure out what the hell's going on. I've already said my theories and what I think, but yeah, Bob Dylan. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in his music. The Doors' name came from Aldous Huxley's book. Yes, I know about that one, and you know his connections to tyrannical things and transhumanism and eugenics and all that stuff. Stuff goes into some very wicked stuff. So, yeah, all these people, all these Hollywood freaks, they're all part of the same, agenda. They're all part of it. But, so, yeah, it's pretty much going to get out of here soon. So if anybody has anything they want to send me, I've been going on over an hour now. If anybody has anything they want to send me for their next live stream, violetbunnytruth@yahoo.com. send me articles, pictures, videos, whatever, and I'll go ahead and I'll review them for the next live stream. And I don't know, I've been doing more of these. It's a little easier than making pre-recorded content, but if something specific comes about that I can just target it and make a video on, whether it's about this or something else, I will go ahead and do that. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for everybody for being here, and that's pretty much it, Demon. All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks to everybody for watching.